So this is the circuit designed using N-channel enhancement MOSFET connected in voltage divider configuration, voltage divider biasing configuration, and objective behind designing the circuit was to obtain the voltage gain of the single stage amplifier. So in the previous video we have seen designing of this circuit, how the components are selected, voltmeters, required voltage sources, and the components as well we have seen. Now these are the connected voltmeter. So M4 indicates voltmeter that takes the readings of input voltage. So V2 is the AC voltage source. Then M5 is the voltmeter that measures the output voltage. Now if again we double click on the multimeter details, so it says that it's a voltmeter M4 where mode, it is in the instantaneous mode. If we click here, there are certain options: instantaneous mode, DC average, or the AC RMS. Let us keep it as a instantaneous mode only. Range I am taking it equal to 1 volt and other parameters are off. Now these are disabled, or we are not specifically mentioning any parameters except the range and the mode. Same thing is there for the M5 because these settings are very important. Then again going into the mode, here also instantaneous mode, as the output voltage will be larger than input voltage, I have set its value equal to range of 3 volts only. Again click anywhere on the screen, the details will be moved. Now if we run the circuit, yes, still it is giving us the reading. So again if I want the details of the function generator, voltage source V2, so this is the voltage source V2. So this is voltage source V2. So what are the details of V2? So V2 voltage source, it is in the mode of function generator. It is not an independent DC source, but it is acting as a function generator, giving the waveform, sine waveform at the output. Amplitude is 50 millivolts and we set the frequency equal to 10 kilohertz. Then rest of the parameters, phase shift, DC value, DC offset voltage to be added, AC magnitude, all the parameters are kept to be equal to 0, not any series resistance also. There is also a provision of providing the source resistance. So we made its value to be equal to 0. So the circuit is simulating. So for this value, if we stop here, so for the input of minus of 49.96 millivolts, we are getting output voltage amplified of 1.833 volts. If there are slight variations in the input voltage source provided by V2 voltage source, you may get the different values at the output. Now this was regarding the multimeter readings, but every time the multimeter readings are not sufficient when there is a concern of the waveforms. So in order to see more details, oscilloscope is preferred. So there is an option using this app. So if you observe onto the right bottom corner, there is a window, black color window with vertical and horizontal scale, and one inverted graph is indicated. So that symbol is of the oscilloscope. So if we click on the oscilloscope, the details are observed, but here nothing is seen now because I have not simulated it. But before simulation, we should make how to observe the details of this. Again, if you click on the same window, it will disappear and appear. If you select, it will turn yellow, and on the screen, oscilloscope details will be observed. Now, how to make the settings of this oscilloscope? Actually this is important and challenging again, because initially it may take more time to set the oscilloscope properly so as to get the desired readings. Now if I double click onto this, again multimeter, so at the input there is an option, if you see scope channel, right now we have made it to be in off mode. So I can go there, so it turns to yellow, go to the settings option. Now these are the different channels which can be used. So if I select here the number 3 scope channels number 3, and if I click on the screen, so this is also acting like a giving us the details of oscilloscope. And again by default, if you see here, the mode also I have chosen and kept as it is as instantaneous, and I have not changed its mode to be into the AC mode. So if we go here, go to the settings, there is a AC RMS option is also there, but right now I am keeping it as it is as a instantaneous mode only. Similarly, click on the second, see on to the right side, here it's a M5. So M5, so this is voltmeter M5. So in the voltmeter only they have given the provision that we can use the same voltmeter as a oscilloscope where it can be connected. So scope channel is off, so I will make it on. So I will connect it to the 4th channel of the oscilloscope. Scope channel is 4th one. Again click anywhere on the screen. Now if I simulate the circuit and click onto the oscilloscope, I am able to get the waveforms. Now initially you may not be able to observe. If you double click this window, then this continuously simulation is working. See, onto the screen also I will pause the simulation. So onto the left side 3 dots are there. So it gives me the details and the settings of oscilloscope. Buffer size, linear interpolation, I have not gone in much more details of this. By default settings I have kept as it is. By mistake if it is changed, bring back to its original values. Second icon is a stack of books is there. If it is disabled, we will not be able to get the appropriate waveform. Select it. So it turns yellow. Now the waveforms are observed. Then the play button is there, pause is there. If you are making some changes, then save option is also there. If I run it again, the waveforms are seen. See, many times when we observe the waveform, we need to have the changes. We try to make changes with the time axis and the amplitude axis, vertical axis and the horizontal axis. So there is a provision. Keep your fingers on the screen and it's like a zoom in, zoom out option, the way we use for to observe the pictures on the that are captured using camera. Same, the time scale can be changed in case, because maybe waveforms are then we are not able to observe the details. So just horizontally it helps to scale down the time axis, scale up and the scale. So the important thing is, when we can say our readings are perfect, there should be the 180-degree phase shift between input and output. So if I go back to the waveform or the circuit diagram, see red color M4, so this is the input. So onto the screen also red waveform indicates input, which is with the scale of millivolts, while output is indicated with voltmeter M5, and output is of course in millivolts only, because just now I have stopped the simulation, output also goes till volts. So the instant I stopped the simulation, the output is observed in volts also. Here output waveform. So pink waveform indicates the output waveform. So again if I resume at the simulation, double click, so we are able to see the on the screen simulation waveforms. See, these are the simulated waveforms. So we can have the details of this. Here major challenges regarding the settings of oscilloscope, and that settings are to be done with the voltmeter settings only, with the mode selection now. So we can check. Of course AC simulation or the frequency response curve directly we cannot observe right now, but with the help of the oscilloscope, settings are also sufficient to see the input and output waveforms and its effect. So at the same time, now even if we cannot obtain directly the frequency response of this amplifier, but what we can do is we can change the input frequency parameter and then check the output voltages. So for different values of variations in input frequency, how there is a variation in the output voltage, then we can plot the only thing is manually we need to note down the readings by making the observation table, and then we can plot the graph on our own. While in multisim there is a provision wherein we can obtain the frequency response curve directly. So this was how to obtain using the oscilloscope simulation results.